WAEC INFOBOX is brought to you by the West African Examinations Council in partnership with Ovueta and supported by ULesson.
WAEC INFOBOX.
Hello there. Welcome to WAEC INFOBOX, the most authoritative television program on education and examinations in Nigeria and West Africa in general. I am Rhoda Murakinyo. Kofi Annan, the renowned Ghanaian diplomat of blessed memory, always said, "Knowledge is power, information is liberating, education is the premise of progress in every society, in every family." In this episode of WAEC INFOBOX, we celebrate Ugbala, Uchenna, Ezekiel, another academic champion, our other regular segments, examination success tips from academic champions, plus WAEC socials. Also, we bring you an exclusive interview with a former head of national office. Do you know who that is? I won't let the cat out of the bag yet, so do stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I'm necessary. I'm about to write my senior WAEC. I'm trying to do better than what I did in my junior.
When it's time to write an exam that's based off of everything you've learned and you realize that you don't know enough, it's pretty scary.
Before ULesson, I wasn't studying so effectively. Thanks to my amazing dad, when he found out about ULesson, we decided to just give it a try.
So I downloaded the app and I found myself really understanding.
I was able to depend on them to teach me, explain stuff to me so I would understand it easier.
There is an app that can help you every day, whenever you need it, and it's really good at what it does.
ULesson for exam champions. Download now on Google Play Store and subscribe.
Help in the Mirror is an initiative endorsed by the West African Examinations Council to assist indigent students from by the West African Examinations Council recognized public secondary schools across Nigeria register for the West African Senior School Certificate Examination. Sadly, a large number of students with the capacity to excel in the exams miss out on the opportunity to write their final examination due to financial difficulties. With your donations, we can cover the cost of registering for this examination for 100,000 young students every year and set them on the path to greater opportunities. Are you a corporate body, a philanthropic individual, or simply someone who wants to help the poor? Join us in helping 100,000 indigent students get registered for the West African Senior School Certificate Examination for school candidates every year. You can make a donation right now from anywhere in Nigeria and the world by logging into the Help in the Mirror website, www.helpinthemirror.com, or call 080952976606 to receive your donation. You can direct your donation to any school of your choice nationwide. Help in the Mirror, possible with your donation.
Are you looking for a world-class aptitude testing service in Nigeria? Here we are. The West African Examinations Council delivers reliable and standardized computer and paper-based aptitude testing service for recruitment, promotion, entrance, guidance and scholarship needs. Our services are a breath of fresh air in a highly competitive business environment. For inquiries, please call 080-2310-3924, 080-3414-9549, or send an email to aptitudetestdepartment@waec.org.ng. The integrity of our aptitude test services is unbeatable.
This week on the news, WAEC explained reason for scheduling 2021 West African Senior School Certificate Examination for private candidates for August instead of May-June. The head of National Office, WAEC Nigeria, Mr. Patrick Aregan, has been speaking to the media on the very important issues concerning 2021 West African Senior School Certificate Examination for school candidates. He explained the real reason behind the rescheduling of this year's examination to August instead of May-June 2021.
And the federal government has a program, the academic calendar. It's running out in August. You see, WAEC is only an assessment body. We are just an assessment body. We are not a regulatory agency. Our own is to conduct exam. Government says conduct exam, we conduct. Government says don't conduct, we don't conduct. That is the WAEC convention, to determine the examinations to be conducted in the public interest. So it is not true that you just go ahead and do whatever you like to do. Whatever WAEC does must synchronize with the academic calendar of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And as I speak right now, the Nigerian Federation is not ready for the exit examinations for school candidates 2021. It's not just Ghana, it's not just Liberia. COVID-19 has brought about a lot of disruptions and distortions.
Less privileged pupils to attend Dominican College for free. A new secondary school by the Dominican Order of the Catholic Church, Dominican College, Abuja, is preparing to take off in September with plans to enroll children from less privileged backgrounds free of charge. The college is raising 250 million naira to make this possible and to complete construction of the state-of-the-art facilities before the start of the 2021-2022 academic session in 3 months' time. Director of the Dominican Vocation Support and Project Coordinator, Reverend Father Stephen Ogbe, said at a briefing in Lagos that one of the aims of the school was to reduce the number of out-of-school children, especially in the north, where the Dominican Order had done a lot of evangelism over the years. The facility, upon completion, will provide a great succor for a number of out-of-school children, not only in Abuja, but also across the length and breadth of the country. The capital-intensive project has progressed steadily with a kind of generosity of good-spirited individuals and corporate bodies. However, 250 million naira is still needed to get the school running fully, he said. Continuous assessment, CAS, revisited. As far back as 2017, then Registrar of West African Examinations Council, WAEC, now retired, Dr. Obi-ObuohaAbiamamela, had accused secondary schools nationwide of inflating continuous assessment scores of their students. Dr. Obi-ObuohaAbiamamela dropped the bombshell during a 2-day international summit on examination malpractice with the theme Examination Malpractice, the Contemporary Realities and Antidotes, which held in Lagos and attended by key stakeholders from the WAEC member countries. Mrs. Martha Madrabuchi David, the principal of CHRISLAND College, Idimu, had this to say about the subject of continuous assessment and its importance in the process of examination management and impact on outcomes.
And I must applaud the government, the Ministry of Education, for bringing up that aspect, because continuous assessment will help a child, even when a child is sick or peradventure something cropped up. Probably a child has an emotional problem and could not sit for exam or did not do well. People can refer to that. And if a child said, oh, suddenly, or maybe they said there's exam malpractice, let's put it that way, in any school, you can refer back to that and it becomes a reference point. Let's see how this child has been faring. So almighty exam is not equally enough. So continuous assessment is highly encouraged and welcomed.
In another development, 10-year-old indigent pupil gets scholarship to elite private school. Come September, Emmanuel Sefirimi Avose will swap the uniform of his beloved Bridge International Academy, Badagry, for that of Supreme Education Foundation, Ikeja, Lagos, to begin his secondary education on full scholarship. Thanks to the scholarship, the 10-year-old will attend the elite private school free, having performed excellently in the Supreme Education Foundation Scholarship Entrance Examination and interview. Emmanuel's education at Bridge International Academy, a network of primary schools serving low-income communities in Lagos and Osun State's high-quality education, prepared him for the scholarship. Speaking during the presentation of the award at the Bridge Nigeria Support Office, Principal of SEF, Mr. Eyanyachuku Akwiti, noted that the scholarship covered Emmanuel's full burden, tuition, books, uniforms and other resources during his secondary education at the Supreme Education Foundation School. He urged Emmanuel to come into the school with his mind opened and ready to break all boundaries.
My name is Eguridu.Former, the Director City Division, WAEC Nigeria. WAEC INFOBOX is designed to educate on educational assessment and all that relates to it. Keep watching and tell people about it.
Today on the show, WAEC InfoBox brings you an exclusive interview with Mr. Charles Eguridu, former head of National Office WAEC Nigeria. In this interview conducted by WAEC InfoBox executive producer, Mr. Eguridu expresses his views on WAEC and education in Nigeria. Let us now join Mr. Theophilus Akatuba.
How will you describe the relationship between the Nigerian government and WAEC during your tenure?
Well, government during my time actually partnered with WAEC, the then Honorable Minister of Education, who currently is the Governor of Rivers State, His Excellency Nyesom Wike, was very, very helpful. I remember in particular the Chibok incidents when we had difficulty conducting examination in the Northeast that led to the 2014 abduction. He was quite helpful in communicating with then Honorable Executive Governor of the current Governor of Rivers State when he was Minister of Education. He was Minister of State for Education. Actually, he was in charge at that time of WAEC, and he really did a lot to assist WAEC to sort out the issues involved. The rest you all know is history. But coming to specific challenges with WAEC government relationship, one thing I note, and I suppose it's not happening today, is when government appoints people to represent its interest in WAEC. Apparently in Nigeria, we don't play our matches with our best 11.
Let's come back home. While you were in office as HNO, sir, what were those specific measures or steps you took to curtail examination malpractice? How would you say some of those measures have affected the outcome of the exam in Nigeria?
One of the measures we took was to apply digital technology in the conduct of examinations. We brought in registration, biometric registration. We use other measures like ensuring that we have photo embossment on our certificates. We also tried to assist the school system in Nigeria to make sure that our teachers in our educational institutions know what is expected of them. Because when students are not prepared for the exam, they resort to self-help. So we instituted a number of measures. We have anti-examination malpractice campaigns. We also trained teachers. We reached out to all the states in the Federation, and we actually carried out what we call clinics in Lagos, Abuja. We reached out to all the states. Some of the governors at that time were not forthcoming to embrace some of these measures. We introduced the SILVERBIRD technology, and we introduced the use of WAEC customized mathematical sets to remove the temptation to come into the examination hall with scripts and all that. So there are a lot of measures we do. And we also introduce working candidates to reduce the frustration candidates face when they fail exams. So we had a situation where candidates could just walk into the WAEC office a few days to the exam and register and write the exams. And we are sure that a lot of some of those sharp practices were contained. So these are some of the measures I can readily recall now.
What do you think is one major problem militating against WAEC Nigeria? And can you put into perspective how big the problem really is, sir?
I think one of the problems is financing examinations. WAEC is not allowed to charge economic fees. But if you look at our economy today, the Naira apparently has been devalued, whether we want to accept it or not. What 1 Naira could buy during my time, you can't do the same. And some of the services we render, we cannot actually generate some of those services locally, like printing of certificates. And we have to pay for this with the foreign exchange. So I think government should look seriously at financing exams. They should give WAEC more resources to be able to perform its functions so that we can conduct credible examinations that will be accepted internationally.
Let's take a look at something. While you were in office and you've left, what is that thing you wish you could have done to improve the circumstances of WAEC, which for one reason or the other you couldn't do?
Yeah, actually, one of those things I wished I should have been able to do or I didn't do was to take WAEC a few rungs higher than I left it, to conduct exams at the international level outside the African continent. If ETS can come to Africa to conduct examinations, TOEFL exams, GMAT and others for Africans, why can't an African examining body go to Europe, America, and other parts of the developed world to conduct our exams? And I also would have loved to see a situation where we conduct examinations in the French West African countries, French-speaking West African countries. We are Nigerians there. And there are those who want to come and write exams, WAEC examinations, if the opportunities were made available. That is just one thing I can just readily recall.
I'm necessary. I'm about to write my senior WAEC. I'm trying to do better than what I did in my junior.
When it's time to write an exam that's based off of everything you've learned and you realize that you don't know enough, it's pretty scary.
Before you listen, I wasn't studying too effectively. Thanks to my amazing dad. When he found out about you lesson, we decided to just give it a try.
So I downloaded the app and I found myself really understanding.
I was able to depend on them to teach me, explain stuff to me so I would understand it easier.
There is an app that can help you every day, whenever you need it, and it's really good at what it does.
U-Lesson for exam champions. Download now on Google Play Store and subscribe.
It came as a shock actually, because, well, I tried to digest it first because I couldn't believe it at all. So, well, after reading up the letter that came via mail, over 2 times or 3 times, I showed my parents and they couldn't believe it in that. So I attended a public school actually, a military school. Commanded secondary school in the 18th division. Yeah. And well, going to that school and letting the school go through me. Well, it wasn't a bed of roses actually. Due to my perseverance, I was able to see. I found that out in my primary school. Right from my nursery school, I have never taken second position in any level of my secondary school competition. So yeah, the level of preparation that I give to myself, exams are the ones. Exam is actually the same mental skills. That's what I actually think each time I go into the hall, because I already have an assurance. With the grace of God by my side, I know that yes, surely I will surely pass this exam and meet my aim. I'm currently a 100 level student in the University of Nigeria. I'm studying medical university, and well, life in university, I don't know how to put it, but it's totally different from what I've experienced in my secondary and primary level.
I'm so proud of him. He's really blessed. He's been blessed right from childhood, and I'm so happy to have him as a brother. We didn't really expect, we didn't even know there was such an award or something like that, but we were so happy when we got the news. I was very elated. Uche is not a bookworm. He plays, he's so normal, he's so different from, let me say, other genius or naturally endowed, intelligent people that I've met. Uche can, the way he plays, the way he acts, you will never, someone might even think, if you don't know him so well, you might think that this one, what does he know or something, but he's just naturally gifted.
It's really wonderful, and it's great, really, it's great. having someone like Uche as a friend and he achieving a whole lot of things. It's great and it's like a privilege to be his friend.
I encourage you all to kill the mindset of school being a scam, of education being a scam. It is not a scam. You achieve a lot. You have more opportunities when you are learning. When you are learning, you have more opportunities in this life than, well, falling out and the streets are winning that to the scam. So yeah, give property to education. It's very necessary.
WAEC INFOBOX.
Irrespective of race, creed, or gender, education makes it possible for people to stand out among all the other persons from different walks of life. In this episode, our crew went to town to seek the opinion of students and other stakeholders on a very interesting topic.
Examination malpractice is not a good act and students shouldn't partake in it, because once they endure in it, they won't have the mind to continue reading to pass their exams on their own.
My name is Ezekiel. The name of my school is Fakwa International Secondary School. Examination malpractice is a very bad way to tarnish a student's image, and it's also a way to spoil the name of the family. So I feel that students should not indulge in examination malpractice. Instead, read and focus on their education.
The examination malpractice is wrong, and students should not engage in it. Because even if you want to fail, you should fail honorably. Most students are lazy nowadays. That's why they engage in examination malpractice.
WAEC INFOBOX.
I want to start by thanking WAEC for this program, for the initiative, and as well to thank WAEC INFOBOX, the media that is covering this. The campaign against exam malpractice is something that CHRISLAND is interested in, and it's a wake-up call for everyone, because we believe that the society has come this bad simply because people tolerated what they shouldn't tolerate, starting with exam malpractice. Exam malpractice, some of the evils that we are experiencing today, they all started with people tolerating all sorts of things. Children do all sorts of things. They feel that it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter attitude has to be curbed. And based on that, it starts with the way we employ our educators. We believe that you cannot give what you don't have. So if you employ an educator who knows little or nothing to do, the person will end up cheating and encourage exam malpractice. If a child is not well taught, the child has the tendency of going to the hall to start looking for help. But if a child is well taught, the confidence is boosted and the child will do exactly what he or she is supposed to do. Another aspect is that we encourage all our educators to go for coordination, exam, WAEC coordination, and year 12 in particular must mark WAEC exam. So please, we should all join hands together to ensure that this evil is dead completely.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Omolimi Hassan. Keep watching WAEC INFOBOX.
Then when it comes to the actual preparation, settling down, first of all, they'll have to get relevant textbooks relating to the course. They'll have to organize their personal timetable. They'll have to know what they are reading for and when they are reading for it, how much time being allocated per subject. They have to set certain goals pertaining to topics they need to understand and how fast they should understand it. Because honestly, time waits for no man. Then when they actually sit down to start reading, you can't just carry the mindset you've been carrying around all day and immediately jump into your books. You have to relax yourself. You have to maybe say 1 or 2 words of prayers. Maybe just relax, rest your head, get your mind all calm, get everything calm. Then open your books. You should first put a jotter by your side. So as you're reading, you should try and replicate what you've read. And that makes it stick better. If you have any problem, write the questions down at a part behind your book. So you can later meet your friends or meet the teacher or the lecturer taking the course or the subject. But while reading, it's not good to break your focus and stand up and go and ask your friends to explain. Read all you have to read at once. Try your best to understand. Then it's during your break time that you go and start sorting out what you didn't understand and strengthening yourselves on your weaknesses.
West African Examinations Council now opens for public use the WAEC Testing and Training, Ogba, Lagos. Located conspicuously at number 60 Ijayi Road and adjacent Excellence Hotel, Ogba, the state-of-the-art computer-based testing center with a 500-seater fully air-conditioned hall is equipped with the following facilities: 500 functional computer systems, robust computer servers, UPS-enabled systems, adequate and comfortable waiting area for testees, security for access and crowd control, closed-circuit television cameras within and around the complex. With these in place, the WTTC now invite the general public to come and experience an amazing computer-based testing facility. For booking and inquiries, please call the WTTC phone numbers 0814-828-0039, 0811-590-9150, or send an email to wttclagos@waec.org.ng.
What a lovely episode. I hope you enjoyed it. We have come to the end of another enlightening episode of WAEC INFOBOX. Dr. Theodore Seuss Gisel, the American children's author and political cartoonist, said, "The more that you read, the more things you know. The more that you learn, the more places you go. So, seek to be educated, get educated." I'm Rhoda Morakinyo. Goodbye.
WAEC INFOBOX was brought to you by the West African Examinations Council in partnership with Ovueta and supported by ULESSON.